Top of the morning. What's up? What's up? 9 a.m. Good people. Focus on that YSL joint today. I think, man, they're gonna do something with Thug. Been researching Lil Durk joint. Really, not necessarily just for Lil Durk to being Lil Durk business, but being as though they charged him with a 1951, or there might be section 1958. Yeah, 1951 is Hobbs Act. 1958 is murder for hire. Using interstate facilities. That's how that works. What's up? Where y'all from? Hit the like button. Top of the morning, man. What it do? Other than Taco Tuesday. Other than Taco Tuesday, man, what we got going on today? Got YSL on the agenda. We got YSL on the agenda. Got Washington Commanders on the agenda with the miracle win on Sunday. We can talk about that. We can talk about why they keep saying this dude jammed up or why, where they get that information from. It wasn't in the indictment. I mean, wasn't in the affidavit. So I'm gonna try to see what's up though. Where y'all from? How y'all doing this morning? Where y'all at? Work, studio, still in the bed, on vacation? What it do? Where my phone at? They say some of them dudes came to an agreement with Fannie Willis in the DA's office to take plea deals. Most of them involve probation. The Fed, Cleveland, Ohio, shout out to y'all. I'll be up there soon. The Feds can pick up anything, y'all. Yeah, that's actually true. It could happen, but I doubt that it would happen because I think the feds already viewed what this case was, and I don't think they wanted nothing to do with it. Shout out to Cleveland, East Side. Hold on one second. Let me get some water. But I doubt the feds will pick that up. The Fed, that the case all over the place. And one thing I'm gonna tell you, the feds not gonna do, and I can say this with confidence, they not gonna let no witnesses come up in there and make no mockery or no federal court bill. Chill out, I'm busy. They not gonna let nobody come in and make no mockery or no federal courthouse. You think all that stuff that Woody be doing in there, joking and playing with the prosecutor, Wani Lee, little slime life, shorty. They're not going for that in the federal court. Then they give all these dudes these alpha pleas with 1 year probation. Bro, like, what is that? That's a joke. What's the likelihood he gets a mistrial? With all the things that's going on right now, in my opinion, is a high probability that they could get a mistrial. Keep in mind, without trying to act like I'm some type of legal analyst or Johnny Cochran type of dude, all you got to do is pay attention to two factors. I ain't gonna say two factors. I'm gonna say one factor. The jury is not supposed to hear certain things. In this trial, for an example, one of the things that they're not supposed to hear is the fact that Thug and the 6 defendants that's on trial, some of them who got murder charges and gun charges and different stuff like that. The jury not supposed to know that they was in jail, in prison, been in prison, or anything. If I ain't mistaken, a detective slipped up on the stand and said that they was in jail, and then another dude, Wani Lee, Slime Life Shawty, stop. They said that he said free Quake, and he said they had been in jail for a couple years. Like the defense attorney said when she spoke up, she said you can't unring certain bells, and if you're saying that by law the jury ain't supposed to hear it, well the jury done heard it several times. So we're gonna see what happened today. I know as a Friday, because they ain't let on Friday they ain't let the cameras back in, and for some reason I don't believe they're gonna let the cameras back in today, according to some stuff I read and I seen out of Atlanta news. But they say Thug ain't even take no plea deal on Friday. I think Thug know for sure that the charges that they brought against him, they just ain't really them type of charges. Now, if it was a federal court building, I'm telling you, everything would be much different. The charges would be different, the way in which they attack the charges, and then the feds ain't really gonna charge you with 100,000 charges. They're gonna charge you with, a couple strong Jones, unless you got a jump like Diddy where they can play with it. But even in Diddy first indictment, I think it ain't number 2 or 3 counts in there. Like the feds not gonna make the feds gonna hit you with a couple charges that carry significant time, like a 848A or 848B or 841. They're gonna hit you with something. I need to lock this down. Demo up. Thanks. This ain't yours. Watch out. Thanks, OG. I respect your opinion. Got hip to you a few months ago. Gave me a new perspective on the DMV. Oh yeah, what kind of perspective did you have, and what type of perspective did I give you? DMV a new term though to me. You feel me? What perspective did I give you? I think if you look at my content and you don't know me or you don't know DC or the DMV, like you said, I'm gonna give you a little bit of both. I'm gonna give you streets. I'm gonna give you history. I'm gonna give you politics. I'm gonna give you law. Might give you some entertainment. Like if you look at the video I did yesterday, I was really just doing an interview with one of my young homies that's coming up on the rap scene. I wanted to give him a little push. I like his music. His music hard. Northside GD, King of the North. That's what he called himself. Shout out to Cleveland though. I've been going to Cleveland for the summer since I was a kid. Matter of fact, I'll be in Cleveland this week sometime, Lord willing. What you think about Lord Dirk's situation, Javon? Just like how DC crimes are prosecuted on the federal level, and how much pull y'all got in the USPs. Yeah, I think that how much pull stuff we got is overrated. People make it a big issue. It's 1,000 of us in there. Like it's always a lot of us in there. You know what I mean? Ain't no prison system in DC, so you go to the feds. Big crime, small crime. Remember, the only real true local crimes in DC are misdemeanors. Those are the only crimes prosecuted by the OAG for the city. Everything else is prosecuted by the U.S. Attorney's Office. Shout out to Southeast. Southeast got that title. You don't want to play around. It ain't what you see on TV when you look at the Southeast part of the city. That's the inner city. Man, Bruh said a mouthful right there. He said we got to do better than let people trick us out our spot. Yeah, we all make them mistakes, myself included. I don't never respond in the chat. I just respond through the video. But he right about that. I ain't gonna ride the broom on Dirk. A lot of times we come from places and situations and circumstances. They got factors in it that are bigger than us. I think today I want to cover a couple law joints today later on. I might do a live for the people that's on law. Hey, come on now. You making all that noise. My dog turned up this morning, man. She not gonna let me do no type of blogging or journalism. And I done took him outside. When we get in the SB video, I'm working on it now. I ain't like how I had it yesterday. It was a little, I ain't gonna do a half stepping. I'm working on it today though. Y'all want that SB video, huh, man? I got an SB video. I ain't gonna do the whole story because he got some stuff going on. I don't want to touch on what he got going on, but I'm gonna give you some of his past. But remember, SB of yesterday is not the SB of today. It's all by design. You messed my head up when you made the connection with Hoover. Every time they try to organize in the shy, they take us out. Fred Hampton, Larry Hoover. Look at them two. I can go further. Jeff Fort. They don't play that. Man, Chicago get real concerned when people talk about unifying something. SB one of them ones. SB one of them 90s dudes. Like if I did a movie, like how everybody, I don't like to do this and I hate when people do this. Everybody saying we need a DC paid in full. Paid in full is their thing. But I wouldn't mind me personally, I wouldn't mind a movie or a series on the late 80s, early 90s. Like, I don't know how many of y'all old enough to remember the movie Beat Street where they had all the rappers in it. Imagine a movie like Beat Street but got all gangsters in it. I think that'll be good. What y'all think? See, before social media, if you ain't come to DC, you didn't really know what was up with DC until that murder capital era because they made national news when it became the murder capital. Other than that, you had to be in the region to really know what was going on here. What's your definition of a gangster? Man, that's a good question. Yeah, DC movie would be like that. Okay, my definition of a gangster, real technically, with my experience from now as an adult all the way back to when I was young, man, a gangster technically is an outlaw, do whatever he want to do within a code to certain extents, right? And you got some gangsters that don't ever lift a finger, so it don't necessarily have to include violence, but violence is a part of the streets. So all that right there included, no telling. Once you get to telling that you lose all that, you don't get no acknowledgments after that. But you know what I'm saying? Gangsters is them dudes that was outlaws. They might not always be that. They may change, but they still like they got that mentality in them. I mean, I probably could break it down a little bit more, but in reality, that's what a gangster is. I mean, it did some gangsters change their life, but that don't mean that they ain't a gangster no more. You agree? You cold? You been cold all morning. What you think gonna happen today in the YSL case? I think mistrial coming. What you want? I hope in some form or fashion Thug go free. I do too. Yeah, but I mean, I'm gonna tell you something. You gotta like you got some people, man, that change their life. I mean, some politicians are still gangsters in mentality. You agree? Because them the real gangsters. Them the ones that say it and they haven't. Bet not go against it. Yeah, but I'm waiting for the I'm waiting to see what happens with this YSL John. I've been up. I mean, they ain't gonna probably do nothing down at 10, 12 o'clock. New movie, Canary Black. But I'm gonna tell you something, and I hope you don't take it the wrong way. They say 9:30 yesterday. Oh, it's 9:18 then. I'm gonna put it on the TV while we on here. Wale Salam, Rahmatullah. What's up, My TV probably waiting on that channel. I ain't got no more water. Philadelphia in the building. Shout out to Philadelphia, man. You Muslim? Shout out to my Philly man. Shout out to my Philly man still, man. The 066 man. No, sir. Okay. No disrespect, bro. I was just asking. A lot of guys come on from Philly, they be Muslim. You know that. Man, Thug been in trial. Thug been in trial 152 days, bro. I got the notification on. Charleston White, man, he just be talking bad about Lil Durk, man. Do you know if it's a mistrial in the state of Georgia, will Thug be allowed bail? According to what I read, being as though a speedy trial right has been invoked and exercised, whatever word you choose to use. According to the information that I read, if they do want to try him again, they got to give him bail. They got to let him out now because they done already executed all the stuff pertaining to speedy trial. If they let Thug go and go to trial from the street, if they gonna try to retrial or even act like they're gonna do it, because it was another little piece of fine print in there that I was paying attention to. It says something about if they can't retry and pick a jury and retry him within 30 days, and in a trial of this magnitude and this big, I don't believe that they could do it in 30 days. They showed you they wasn't even organized in this matter, and they'd have been all over the place. It's 2,700 people waiting to see that. They say live in 8 minutes. We gonna see. What y'all think? We gonna rock out with it right here like the OJ trial. I was in prison when OJ got found not guilty. I was in the junk called maximum security. This when Lawton was open. I was behind the wall. And the wall, like dudes stick their hand out, they said there's an old joint and bang on the top of the metal thing that where the gearbox at. Be like might have a cup or a bottle or something, be banging on it, boom, 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 boom. It's real loud. If you hit a whole cell block door, it sound like a riot. Man, OJ beat that trial. Everybody in the prison went off. 1994, 1994, 1995. Like caught the case in 94. Yeah, so that was 95 because I ain't get down in summer 94. We got back to, yeah, it was 94, 95. What year was that when he got found guilty? He went to trial in 94 or they caught the case in 94? So if it's a mistrial, do we come straight home? Break it down for us who never been through it. I never been through that part right there, and that's Georgia law. But nah, he's not gonna walk out the courtroom that day. Yeah, he had to go back to the Fulton County Jail. They had to process and redo whatever he had to do. He had to make bail that had to be approved, and then he had to be released. A person in his status, they're gonna probably try to do GPS monitoring, but it don't even matter as long as he could go home to the free world. He could talk to his lawyer anytime he want to. He could come up with different things. The only thing he had to do is make sure he don't do anything incorrect on social media and don't contact even a third party, no witnesses, and he good. 94. Somebody said it was 94. Then he was in fourth grade. I was in prison. I'm a little bit older than you. Well, the connection with Philly and Washington, D.C., I don't know if it's an exact connection like I connect other guys with certain groups of guys out of Washington, D.C., but in history, there's connections of Philadelphia and Washington, D.C., some good, some bad. In the streets, y'all know the Black Mafia, a lot of the guys that was in that Black Mafia from Philadelphia, they had uh they had connections with different type of people within the Nation of Islam, for an example. And for those who don't know, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was a part of a sect of Muslims called the Hanafi Muslims, and I'm not mistaken. And then they did some hell of a things in Washington D.C. Matter of fact, that might be a story I try to cover to y'all for y'all today. They actually shot Maren Burry. Man, Maren Burry, a big time person from Washington D.C. But they took over the building down there. And I'm gonna give y'all some history on that. But since we on this thing about Philadelphia, the Hanafi Muslims, to my recollection, and I ain't doing this off the computer. I research it again when I do a part of the story today. Well, I ain't gonna say today because I gotta finish that SB John. I don't know which one I finished without going to it. But an alleged hit squad from Philadelphia came down here and murdered like 6 people, children and all, about religious beliefs. And that was a Philly thing. They got caught up down here. Some of them people were still alive while I was in prison too, but they came from Philly. And as far as the streets, we all know that the JBM, from Anthony Jones all the way down to Christopher Lassiter, the Dirty Black. Shout out to Philly. Shout out to the JBM, the ones that I know anyway, the good ones that I know, the men, the solid ones. They had connections with people down here. Like I had connections with some of their children that was my age. Somebody said, "Yeah, we need that." And in prison, a lot of guys out of Washington D.C. are Muslim, and a lot of guys out of Philly are Muslim. So it's a humongous connection between those things. But overall, I think I gotta give you, like, I hate when people give you half the story. Overall, I think it's some clashes between Philadelphia brothers and Washington D.C. brothers in the penitentiary, because in the federal system, at least on the penitentiary level, because you'll hear mixed stories. But in my opinion, and this is only my opinion, I'm entitled to my opinion. In my opinion, the Philly guys are a lot like us. They thorough. They come up boxing. Many of them are Muslim, and even the ones that's not Muslim are somewhat street. DC, Washington, DC breeds the same type of person. You know what I'm saying? Highly confident, somewhat aggressive. I mean, and even if all of us can't box, quote unquote, box, fighting and boxing is a thing that you do growing up here, and is a thing that you do in Philly. Some of the best fighters I ever seen, and I don't mean just can thump and rumble and defend themselves, because with fighting or combat, people use elbows, knees, weapons, all type of stuff. But I'm talking boxing. Some of the best boxers I've seen in the prison system come from Washington, D.C., Philadelphia. St. Louis had a couple, but they was older than me. But out my era, boxing is dudes that could put them gloves on or just throw their hands. I'm talking about straight boxing. A lot of them, I'm a shout out Philly on that. But y'all know what's up with DC when it comes to them hands. Like, we got world championship boxers. Yeah, shout out to Broad Street. Somebody say absolutely. So that's my opinion. That's my take on the DC Philly thing. Give or take a couple aspects. But shout out to Philly, man. I got a lot of love for Philly, man. You know, I ain't never 2 hours away. I done drove to Philly on a weekend just for a cheesesteak. Shout out to my man, Black and Nobel. My man Hakeem used to push a lot of my books. Used to come up there, man. When the paperback book game was really, really flowing. It ain't the same like it was no more, but you know, I used to get a lot of love in Philly. I think they on Broad Street now, or South Street. I forgot the name of it, but they used to be on Erie Ave. Oh, Fly be shouting out the Philly boxers. Some of the best boxers. The Heat and during Fly time, New Jersey produced a lot of good boxers, bro. You know, they had a boxing program in Rahway State Prison, so their state prison produced boxers like Lawton did. Somebody say slide through. Yeah, that's cool. Free to real. You know what's up? Representing early in the morning with my hoodie on. DC Blacks. We gotta get some more of these Jones. Be trying to do some business with Ox and them up there coming out of Philly. I think it's called Halal Chinese Food. They store, they shop. It's in Chester. Y'all hip to it? Hold on 1 second, y'all. I got a call. Hold on. That's my man. Where the microphone at? 1 second, y'all. That's a dude calling in. He talking about he want me to check something, look something up on Pacer, to see if his man did an interview. We done brought the paperwork parties back to the streets. All right, it's 9:29. They never start on time. I'm betting for Thug. Who room for Thug? Who room for Thug, man? Like Thug to spend enough time in jail. I'm not sure if that's the same Abdul Rahman you talk about boxing master, but I know a couple boxing masters, if we're gonna use that term from Southeast and Northeast. Free Thug, somebody on here rocking with Thug. You gotta be rocking with Thug. And Thug, a man. Thug ain't showed no weakness outwardly in this whole situation. He just be stepping through this joint. That's another reason why I want Thug to beat this joint. I want Thug to beat this joint and show you that, man, you stand on business, however it go. You don't do no type of interviews. You don't type of pass the buck, as we say. You don't point the finger at nobody else. We ain't doing that where I'm from. Shout out to Thug. Shout out to everybody who stand on their own too. Like, you know, we all make mistakes. We come from where we come from. But I'm not gonna be less than what I'm supposed to be in no shape, form, or fashion, even when I'm outnumbered, even when the stakes are against me. I'm not gonna go in there and do no yes, sir, no, sir. Can you please repeat that? Yes, ma'am, no. I'm not doing that. I don't know if we all room for Thug. I seen a John on Say Cheese do Charleston White, and it could be just a gimmick that they doing, but you know, Sean Cotton was like, yeah, free Thug. And you know, the act that he put on at the end of the jump was, what? You said free Thug? I'm out of here. You know, that's an act, that's a facade. I don't get into the Charleston White thing one way or another. Like, I don't find being pretending like you a rat or acting like a rat funny at all. I don't do that. I mean, just like I don't play gay jokes, like a lot of people be playing type of like homosexual jokes or troll you with that. I don't do that. First and foremost, I don't disrespect no groups of people, but I'm definitely not gonna joke about it. It was a miracle in Landover. Washington Redskins 6-2 Commanders. Don't nobody take Charleston White serious. Nah, for real, technically, I look at Aunt Glizzy like I look at Charleston White. Although Aunt Glizzy whole thing ain't I'ma tell on you, that ain't part of his content, but Aunt and the little boy from Atlanta sent the police to Martinis. Like, I don't play like that either. Prank call the police to tell them it's a weapon somewhere. I don't play like that, bro. That's a barber son thing. Free Thug. I see another person say Free Thug. I don't do that right there. Man, this one got cold, bro. I ain't doing that. You know how to put that in the microwave. That's some special tea my aunt bought me from Greece, but it's an Asian tea. It's an Asian tea that they sell in Greece. You dig it? Live coverage. All right, it's 9:32. Georgia versus Jeffrey Williams, ET. All. That game was beautiful. Somebody else in here like the Commanders. I be finding it hard to call them Commanders, y'all. Please forgive me. Is it offensive that I still say Redskins by accident, y'all? Sometimes I say it on purpose. I'm watching the live trial from this joint on YouTube called Law and Crime, but ain't nothing on there yet. It says 6,000 people are waiting. I mean, for real, I think this is a big issue. Man, that was a beautiful play. Man, that Hail Mary, I never seen the Hail Mary work for us. They did this joint perfect. They did this joint perfect. Shout out to the Washington Commanders. Boop. I just knew they was gonna cheat us out of something. Because I be looking at them Hail Marys like bona fide luck. I see we got 40 about 40 people in here, man. Hit the like button, man. Hit the like button. Hell no, they want that name back. So hold on. When you say nah, they want the name back, who the team or the natives? What you think about dudes who run off or kill the plug? I think they, first and foremost, we all know that, taking is a part of the street game. It ain't too many people that's gonna say it ain't, robbers and killers and hustlers and all this and that. But a dude that robbed the plug and you put in there, get rid of the plug, right? I don't understand that that's a resource that you just shouldn't take away in that type of arena. But those that run off on the plug, I don't think that's a cool thing to promote. And I ain't gonna say that I done paid every bill as a kid, but as a mature, responsible adult, if I can use those connotations for somebody that's doing that, which technically we know sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. But where I'm from, you pay the people, you pay what you owe. All that runoff on the plug, that's some grimy, low down, dishonest, non-trustworthy behavior. And I don't respect slimy behavior in no walk of life, whether it's in the street game or whether it's in the regular world. I wouldn't care if it was religion. Like I don't trust grimy people. I choose not to do business with grimy people. Damu, I like that as a nation of all of us as black kings and queens. I added the queen part. Need to network and really bring the structure, union, and solidarity to our people throughout this nation. Very strong, powerful declaration this morning at 9:30 from Damu Robbins. Oh, the natives. You say the native wants the name back. I don't know if I agree with you. I thought the natives or the people who was representing the integrity of the natives said that the name was derogatory. Some people even made it synonymous with the N-word. Y'all believe that? Does Philly have a counterfeit? Strong cop, especially on the East Coast. But I could tell you stories from the 90s in Long Park, California, way out in the penitentiary, where it was Philly, DC, Jersey, Baltimore, and Carolina. And it might have only been 7, it was less than 20. And they stood their own against the Crips out there. Of course, the Crips, in regards to who Jonah was at that time, they ran it. But bruh, Philly got a car everywhere they go. They like that's a major East Coast city. Ain't nobody gonna tell you they don't respect Philly nowhere. And Philly produce fighters. Any group of dudes that can fight, you already know that the knife game gonna come with it. Because if you're good with your hands, you're good with using your hands. It's just the mentality. Some dudes don't want to kill you. Some dudes will beat you silly though. And most of them dudes that can beat you silly, if they have to defend themselves with a weapon, which in prison most of the time that becomes a knife, a lock and a sock, a bat, a bocce ball. Like being able to use your hands to defend yourself spills over in all type of combat. Let's just be real. But I don't think you're gonna find too many real DC dudes that's men. I don't think you're gonna find too many of them that's gonna talk bad about Philly as a whole. Now you might find an anomaly, one dude that just don't like Philly dudes. I ain't that dude, and the dudes that I come up under ain't that dude. We got men from everywhere, man. We just had dudes in town with some of the men. I ain't gonna say their names from all the way from Compton, all the way from St. Louis. Oh, shout out to my man Booby. He just sent me a real Booby. Always send me inspirational stuff. And Queens, real talk. I'm in California. King, it's early. Oh, you. Oh no. Okay, my fault. My fault. You in California? Yeah. It's like 6:30 in the morning out there. What you up? Going to work, working out? What you doing up? I've been up since 6:30 on the East Coast though. Shout out to my Cali crew. Ain't nothing popped off with this Thugger thing. 6,000 people wait. Man, just go on and dismiss this man case, man. This is a client. I had him in jail for the longest. How long Thug been in jail, y'all? No, that was all fluke against Snyder. I ain't know that Snyder was supposed to be that bad of a owner, y'all. Hit the like button, man. DC Blacks free to real. Got a call from down Coleman. Coleman won today. Got a call from down Coleman one. Free Zulu, free Nut, free Pretty B, free the men. Gotta send some pictures to my man Joe James, man. He like them street pictures, man. Make sure y'all got somebody in jail, man. Send them a call link, send them a JPay. Man, I could watch this Hail Mary so all the way to next week. This jump so pretty. Man, that thing was perfect, bruh. It was like a John, it's like a Madden game. I need the info to donate to OG Fly. Oh man, thank you for bringing that up, bro. You want to donate to OG Fly, you can donate and put a message on it. $ DC Blacks, all capital letters. And if you donate, you get one of these shirts for a $50 donation. This is a 50-year commemoration shirt. We got some guys here, some big boxing guys. They do, different type of things for their they do different type of things for hold on, let me fix it. They do different type of things for their boxers. And out of respect for Fly and his love for boxing, I'm gonna have to give you a better picture. That light ain't really right. But this ain't no cheap junk that's gonna come off in a washing machine. This is actually a form of leather that they got on this shirt. It say they held him for 50 years, but they couldn't break him. And at the bottom it say the legend Fly is back. So got these joints right here. I know it's some larges and some extra larges, and other than that, you'll have to put an order in. So DC Blacks, $ DC Blacks. And we'll go from there. You get you support the homie. And them Fly commemoration shirts, Fly. If you don't know who Fly is a dude named Abdul Khalif Abdul Qawi Mujahid. That's his Muslim name. He formerly goes by the name of Keith Gaffney Bey. He caught, and for real, not to glorify this, because like I hope y'all don't ever get me misconstrued as glorifying crime. Sometimes I just tell dudes there, tell people dude's story. You said you want an extra large? All right, man. You got an Instagram, Damu? You got Instagram? Because I'm trying to get rid of these Jones. I got like 30 of these Jones here. I need to get rid of him. For him, I really wanted to do it before the end of the month. You got bills. We all got bills, man. Bills about to be here on the 1st. Rent, mortgage, car note, phone bill, electric bill, every kind of bill gonna be here, right there. Tickets for the car, internet. I got all type of subscriptions. New York Times, Washington Post. Like I pay bills, bro. It take money to make money. That's what my man used to tell me. Top of the morning. What's up, King Alfred? Big South. Where you from, Big South? I know me. I'm just cooling, man. Waiting for this thugger jump. That's the shirts right there in the bag behind me. Oh, that's the shirts right there. Yeah, but these jumps right here, it's $50. I hope y'all don't look at it like, oh, he's selling the shirts for $50. It's a commemorate, it's merch. Instead of the man just saying, please help me out, what he doing is he out here, he doing public speaking, he's selling his merch. This is merch. Dollar sign, all capital letters, DC Blacks, saying $50. And support the homie, get one of the shirts. Shout out to Coleman Bay. Shout out to Big Lulu. Big Lulu called me yesterday, gave me some real deep history. Gave me some real deep history on Marion and different things. Matter of fact, y'all know who Lulu is? Lulu did for 50 years, 49 years. That's 50 years to me, man. I ain't gonna keep on breaking down. The dude did 49 years, 10 months, and 8 weeks, bro. That's 5 decades, bro. You know how many presidents you see if you go to prison? When they went to prison, bro. I know a dude that went to prison when Gerald Ford was the president. Gerald Ford actually pardoned one of them dudes. I know another dude went to prison when Nixon was the president, as well as Jimmy Carter. That's a lot of time, huh? Oh, 501k, but shout out to Southeast, bro. That's the real Southeast. They done turn cables into all type of luxury apartments and stuff like that now, though. Man, that's a 50 piece. Yeah, I ain't gonna question that. That's a 50 piece, 45 years. And over they 50. What? Yeah, I think I dig what you're saying, though. That's a 50 piece, bro. That's 5 decades. This YSL John ain't gonna start today. And they ain't letting bro. I don't think they're gonna let the cameras in. I gotta check with my people. Hold on, let me check. I'm gonna check for y'all right now. I'm gonna check. Give me 1 second. Oh, that's V. Stories with V. You had to say that. Yeah, I didn't even peep that was you. Shout out to Baltimore. I got some Baltimore stories coming. V, what's up? You don't cover none of y'all old legends, huh, man? Shout out to V. Stories with V. I be forgetting I'm looking for your Instagram name, V. My bad, bro. They reported my Instagram page yesterday. Stanley, Stanley, you sent $100, man. Shout out to you. So what you want? 2 shirts? That's you on here that just did that. It had to be. That's Damu. That's you, bro. More information is required to accept this payment. Hold on, let me check. I'm going to write your stuff down right now. Don't go nowhere, y'all. Please excuse me, but I want to write this brother information down because that's business. But y'all know what's up with me, right? I always ready for business, right? Write your stuff down right now. Hold on. That's me. I see you. Salute. Shout out to my man. I hope I ain't putting your business out there. Shout out to Damu. He just sent $100 in for fly. So That's me. All right, this been one of the most corrupt cases that's been televised in a long time. I agree with you. Hey, Damu, I'm saying your name right, right? You want 2 shirts? And what size? Hold on, let me check that to see if you sent the information because I don't want you to say your information on here publicly. Yes, sir. And he said he want an XL. All right, hold on. We got to lock in. Start doing true crime this week, IV. Hey, Stanley. Okay, so I got the payment. Boom, you locked in, right? You got that coming, right? Oh, somebody sent $33 for the men. I ain't been on here since the weekend. Shout out to shout out to Dante. He say, man, he sending a few dollars for the DC Blacks movement. Big bro just being pure. Hey, I appreciate that. That's my money order for the men. You know, we send money orders to the men every Friday. I start publicizing it because people start hating, and then people try to start scamming off of it. I ain't into no scamming, bro. I'm in it for the men. I ain't got money to send all my friends money all the time they need money, man. A person in prison, that's a bill. How can I get that hoodie? These hoodies out of stock. We working on some new joints like that. Hey, but I was wondering, did y'all want a new design? Like I just keep doing this same old design because it was what created. It's turning into like a logo. But hey, listen, hey Stan, you gotta send me your shipping information. And do you got Instagram? Yeah, how can we learn more about your story? Getting caught up and doing time in the feds. Would love to get one of your books or something. All right, you could go to Amazon right now and type in Eon Williams, right? All my books will pop up on Amazon and get it to you fast. Or you could go to eonwilliams.com. That's my website. And if the books are in stock when I get back to the, I guess you could call that a it's a storage for real. But I be acting like it's a warehouse. It's a storage. You got my books, my art, my music. Y'all don't know, for a lot of y'all don't know I used to do music. But I get you. But Stanley, I need you to do you got Instagram? Because I need to make sure your information is not in here for the cash app that you just sent, bro. Somebody sent $7. I appreciate that too. Everything helps, bro. Everything helps. I send this all to the joint. Yeah, but if you wanna come on, bro. I'm trying to get out of there. I'm gonna post okay, Don, well, I see what you said. So do you follow me on Instagram at DC Blacks or any of my other Jones? Hit me right now. Hold on, you said that. I'm gonna look on it. I'm right here, y'all. Don got straight at that. I found you. I just sent you a message. Let me know if you see it, bruh. Damo Robinson, my IG. I just sent you a message. I said, yo, you see that? Yeah, so any of that, like I know a lot of people that subscribe to my channel and be rocking with our movement, they got a lot of love for Fly. Fly did 50 years. This Fly merch, I'm pushing Fly merch for them. They held them for 50 years. You dig it? I'm gonna post a picture of it though. All right. You don't see the message, check your little spam type joints or whatever. The other messages. I'm about to go back and check it again. All right, I just hit the request button to follow you. I just hit the request button to follow. You should see it from DC Blacks, bro. Hold on 1 second. I'm trying to. Somebody else had put an order in. A couple. I got some of these messages in my joint that went to the other folder. Yeah, check it. I just sent the request. Yeah, ain't nothing happy with this thug thing real quick. So I'm probably about to go do my pull-ups, y'all. I need to do a I need to do a story on. Let me write it down. I'm gonna start doing all my stuff like that. Write it down. Write it down. Write it down. Write it down. I want that SB story. People to keep saying that. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna do the SB story. I got some stories that I still ain't got around to that I need to do for real. This like the last day of the month. I might just unload these stories and let them go and then just follow up on them. Y'all said y'all want that SB story. That might do good. I'm gonna do it in parts, all right? 20 clip on the bar. I ain't doing no 20s. I ain't gonna sit here and perpetrate with y'all, bro. I be doing like, man, fives. I'm old. I'm just doing enough to stay in shape. I ain't working out like I'm in prison. That's how you know you getting old. When you start writing everything down, I be doing the same thing. I mean, I'm gonna go for it, but I see a lot of business dudes that organize like that. Like I think too much, bro. But if you say that's because you're getting old, I keep a pen. The pen is mightier than a sword. I can flash that and don't get in trouble. Instagram police ain't gonna come get me on that. But this is the most powerful weapon in the world, bro. This is the most powerful weapon in the world. This got me out of prison. This is the most powerful weapon in the world, bro. I keep them. They all over the place like glizzies. SB, Philly story. Reem, I supposed to done Asada. I ain't realized that a lot of my people ain't know who Asada was. I supposed to do 10/29. This month almost over. This my last month money for the this month. Supposed to do Asada. I supposed to do the prison escape. That's almost done. Supposed to do the prison escape from death row. Y'all hip to that? Prison escape from death row. How many of y'all know about the prison escape from the feds, from Pollock? Y'all know somebody escaped from Pollock before? Prison escape from death row. I'm gonna bring y'all that. I'm gonna bring y'all the joint, the escape from car USP. And I might give y'all, I gave who watched that prison escape I did the Christmas Eve prison escape. I did it with AI because I wanted to avoid having to use my man, my big homie. Shout out to Coleman Bay. I ain't really want to go too much into his story. You know, he did 50 some years in prison. He did like 49 straight altogether. He did like 54 because he escaped at a certain point in time. If he didn't escape in between, he had something like 50 some 3 years in. You got dudes like him and Percy Floyd. Oh yeah, I gotta do a story on fans. Be sure to call old brother Al Malik. And for real, y'all, I think I'm gonna do another story on. I'm gonna do I'm gonna do my reverse sting joint. I'm gonna do that live. I'm gonna do another YouTube live. I'm gonna do that today. Hey Stanley, I just got at you on IG with the address. All right, I was waiting for you. Court hasn't gone live yet. Waiting real time. Shout out to the queen, man. Kia, man. Shout out to WAP. She doing her jury duty. She on it. I don't even got to watch it. That's why you got to have friends that's into what you into. She's a journalist. She's a teacher. She's an educator, but she's also a law student and an enthusiast. She been on this Slim Thug. I mean, he calls Slim Thug. She been on this Young Thug thing since the beginning. 150 some days of trial plus other detention. I'm tired of Tampa dude keep trying to make all DC men behind the wall look sweet. All right, let me tell y'all this about Ronnie Red. Before Ronnie Red began his internet career, I met him via phone by a dude through a dude named KC. Good man. I like KC. Got a lot of respect for him. I don't dislike Ronnie Red. I don't have a personal problem with Ronnie Red. I just got tired of people sending me those videos. But I want y'all to know that most of those videos where he spoke on DC, they are old. But I just couldn't be who I am, and I couldn't have an internet presence if I didn't respond to it, or at least give my perspective on it. I gave my perspective on it, and me and Ronnie Red ain't gonna go back and forth and back and forth. Ronnie Red was a man in prison. I don't know no bad stories about him, and for clicks and views, I wouldn't make up a bunch of stories about him or any other man. But Ronnie Red or King Kong, I wouldn't care which one. Ain't gonna be sitting around talking about DC like that, and I'm not gonna respond or give my perspective. I ain't saying that we got to fight or hurt each other or call each other out each other's names, which I never did. I never disrespected him. I mean, he might think I disrespected him when I said, bro, you're a little boy, but I was saying little boy in prison education. And little boy, don't call me a little boy or nothing. You know, if I offended him with the little boy part, then I apologize as a man. But I meant what I said. You don't know enough federal history, and this ain't disrespect to him. I can say this because I'm standing on this. He don't know enough federal history about DC, DC blacks, Lawton, and all this stuff. Now, his supporters and even he himself can say, "Damn, how is Eon qualified or authorized to say what my knowledge is?" This is my perspective, bro. You from Tampa, Florida. When you come to the feds and you from Tampa, this ain't just Ronnie Ray, this from anybody. When you from Tampa, Florida or Miami or anywhere in Florida, you don't come to learn the history of DC dudes in the feds. When you get there, you trying to figure out how to survive yourself. You trying to figure out where your homies at. Tampa first, Sarasota, all the people on that side of Florida. Then you got to, no disrespect, because I was trolling them a little bit. You gotta find the Miami dudes, because those the dudes that got the big weight, the big muscle, the big say so most of the time. After you learn all that, then you learn the cars. White boys, Mexican mafia, the dirty South. Oh, we got allegiance with him and him and him and here. These rats. Don't say this on the phone. You got to learn so many other things before you learn the history of DC that coming to prison in 2000 or 2002, you never gonna learn all that history unless you meet a DC dude, not like me, older than me. It's gonna take you back to the 70s and the 60s. Then you would know. He don't know Lawton history. He don't even, all he knows is that a prison that we were in closed. He don't know that most of the guys that he met that was from Lawton were already in the federal system before him. So when he keeps saying Lawton closed in 2001, but the bulk of us came to the feds on those last lows in the late 90s. So even the Lawton dudes, myself included, I was in the feds before him, and I come from Lawton. I left. They put me out of Lawton in 1997. We stayed in private prisons until 2000. He didn't come to the feds until 2002. I was already in the feds. Somebody said you got to do a Whitey Bulger, John. I thought about it. All right, I got the Whitey Bulger down there. That ain't at the top of the priorities, but I thought about it because Whitey Bulger, who know who Whitey Bulger is? Who interested in Whitey Bulger? Because Whitey Bulger lost his life in USP Hazel, a very dangerous place, beat to death with a lock and a sock multiple times. One of the dudes just pleaded guilty. Another dude testified or turned state, but one of the dudes just got time for it. I'm tired of Tampa dude keep trying to make all DC men behind the wall look sweet. Okay, I read that. Dude from Boston. I know exactly what you're talking about, Whitey Bulger. What's shaking? Eon, much respect from VA. Shout out to my VA man. Keep putting that knowledge out to the masses and giving these youngest game. Hey man, I appreciate that. Bats Family TV. I need Bats Family TV. I need to follow you. I just peeped you. Somebody say that's how you know you're getting old. Shout out to you, bro. Yeah, Whitey Bulger from Boston. But he also, matter of fact, I'm gonna just say what the paperwork say. The paperwork say that he was an informant. He tried to tell his people that he wasn't, that he was only using the police because he had a friend that became an FBI agent. I forgot his name. I read his whole book though. I know his story. The guy that became the FBI agent was his childhood friend. His brother went into politics and then became the president of Massachusetts State University or some very powerful people up there. But he took down the entire Italian mob in Boston and around Boston by way of the FBI. So even if Whitey Bulger supporters want to say to yo, he's not a stool pigeon. Whitey Bulger was not an FBI informant. He only did this for, it was like chestnut checkers. He was doing some Machiavelli stuff. Bro, you can't do the Machiavelli stuff or claim that you're doing the Machiavelli stuff when you actually take down the Italian mob. So he feeds them misinformation on the Irish gangsters, but true information on the Italian gangsters. That's not cooperating. That's wrong. Dope channel, fire content, man. I appreciate that. Salute. So no, Whitey Bulger, he don't get no gangster street, no gangster history respect. Let's just put it like that. Like I cover true crime on my channel. Whitey Bulger don't go in the category of people like, I'm not even gonna compare him to black gangsters or black criminals. He don't go in a category with people like Vito Genovese or Carlo Gambino. Like, and some of these dudes did funny stuff. You know what I mean? Remember, that old murder stuff is only for the people that low down on the totem pole. At the top of the people, the Italian boys, they will sacrifice soldiers and other participants. Like we know that, right? Like I ain't educating. I'm not revealing those secrets, right? But I might try to give y'all a Whitey Bulger joint. Do anybody? I only seen one person that was interested in Whitey Bulger though. My man said, nah, yeah, I wouldn't do Whitey. What is there to talk about? I was thinking I could talk about his prison. Like once he got caught, everybody know the first part, but do you know how he died? Frank Matthews. Y'all want Frank Matthews? I put Frank Matthews down. I thought Frank Matthews' story had been. I thought Frank Matthews' story had been covered, but If y'all watch it on the channel, bruh, I will bring it to you. Like some of these stories that been covered so much in my life because I done watched every piece of coverage that I could find on it from here to the BBC. He told on gangsters, same thing he claimed he was. Luke Mon said he told on gangsters. Yeah, not only did he tell on gangsters, he put the law on them. I forgot his man name, but look, his man from the FBI went down for murder in Florida. He participated in, even if it was just planted. He went down. Like them dudes, it's a whole book called White Mass. If you're a book reader, it's too big. Let me see. I might got it. I can show it to you. Like I got a library. I'm gonna show you the library. Shout out to my man Stanley from out west. You said you sent me the information. Hold on, let me double check it again. Was you behind the wall when DC Sniper was out here? Nah, when that I hate that y'all call him the DC Sniper. Shawty only shot one person in Northwest, and that was from Silver Spring almost. But they should have called him the Beltway Sniper. I think they called him the DC Sniper to make the name ring. But most of those things that they did in Maryland and Virginia. They should have called him the Beltway Sniper. And nah, I was in Lee County, Virginia. He said he sent me the information. Let me make sure I got you. Hey, bro, I don't see nothing from you. I'm about to give you his name. 1 second. Hold on. You about to give me who name, bro? Oh. Yeah. I know what you're talking about. My bad. Book and movie Black Man. John Connolly. Man, I love, man, bruh. I love dudes who know what they talk about like that, bruh. John Connolly. John Connolly went to prison. What'd he go to prison for, bruh? Didn't he go to prison for like second-degree murder or something in the state of Florida for one of them cases they had? That's who Whitey Man was from the FBI. Now, John Connolly, he spoon-fed information that Whitey Bulger fed him about the Italians. So that's impossible. Hey, bro, hey, Stanley, I don't see the information. You said you sent it to me. I don't see the information. And I sent you a request. Oh, Shawty got a song with Lil Durk, man. I feel for Lil Durk. John Connolly. Yeah. We on point. You know exactly what you're talking about. Oh man, see, I wouldn't do what's there to talk about. He right about that, but maybe I could give a spiel on how the life go in the federal prison. Yeah, you ain't accept the request or nothing, Stanley. I think because we on here, because I sent you a request to a message came. All right, I got your Instagram. I'm saying, did you all right, I'm gonna just wait. You know, this is my Instagram, your Instagram on it. So everybody know, like you sent me the $100. That's your receipt. You got two shirts coming, all right? Racketeering and obstruction of justice, I think. But we straight, we locked in, right? We good, right? I got you. The shirt's right here. I ain't even putting no shipping and handling on it. I'm paying the shipping and handling myself. All right, bet. Just want to make sure I don't want to play no games with nobody money, with nobody. That's my honor and my integrity. Just like I won't tell on nobody, I ain't gonna swindle nobody neither. I got principles. You familiar with Hicks Bay, OG? Always spoke highly of you. Yeah, I'm familiar with Hicks Bay. Spoke highly of me. Salute. I ain't got nothing bad to say about him neither. Bro, with all the case law and knowledge you have, you need to be a lawyer, paralegal, or something. All right. And I can go for that. Paralegal or something. on, man. All these, I can't even read the notification, man. Paralegal or something. I can see you winning freedom for people. Man, I love the way that sound, man. And I'm not lacking in confidence, but paralegal, I might can be a paralegal though. If I got the paperwork to do it. I just didn't take the time to do it. But now that I done got rid of, like I used to mentor and do work with some of these young people in the city, but they got so many squares in position now that they don't want guys like me in position in DC no more. Like a few of us still around, and I ain't gonna knock none of the ones that's the men, but overall, they don't want street dudes like me in them positions. So I ain't doing that no more. I might go into that. Like I wouldn't care what them peoples over there that one's building say. They can't call on me for nothing. That maybe somebody like Tony Lewis or Booby over there at the one's building can say, "Hey, Eon, can you do this for me?" Like my man Vail. But other than that, bruh, they can't ask me to do nothing. They can't ask me to post nothing. They can't ask me to talk to nobody about nothing. I see what it is, bruh. It's a money grab. And then just like I be talking like I was gonna leave it alone, but they do these cohorts over there at the ones building where it's supposed to be almost like a job development joint. All of them jugging. You got one dude over there from New York pretending like he from DC, bro, acting like he really with us, bro. Not really with us and don't do no work. But then they get to telling the peoples over there, yeah, we got you forever. We gonna take care of you. Then as soon as it's done, they stop answering the phone. Bro, I don't mess with nobody like that. All you gotta do if you think that I'm lying about them jokers over there at the ones building, go find the dudes from the cohorts previous. It's only gonna be like 3% of them got jobs, bro. They try to select like a pet puppet and say, "Oh, come in, we got you." They was gonna try to do it with Craig, but for some reason they couldn't do it with Craig. Now they won't answer the phone for Craig. Telling you, bro, they frauds. All they on the take is for the bread. They don't even answer their phone after 4 o'clock. I worked over there with them. That's my opinion on it. They don't help nothing. They don't care about nothing. I done went to hospital to visit gunshot victims, bro. I done went to pay bonds for dudes out my own money. I done went all the way to Prince George's County to bail a dude out. I drove all the way to Lexington, to Kentucky. But when they don't do that, bro, and they get paid, they get paid more than me. They got the college educations and all that, bro. Whatever happened to little homie from the school? From what school? Somebody said you could definitely be an attorney. I mean, I can argue. That come from being in jail as a juvenile, but you got to debate all day. We arguing about the Redskins. We arguing about Tupac. We arguing about law. If I don't know how to do nothing, I know how to make my point. I'm in undergrad right now, majoring in criminal justice. Big salute to you, bro. I need to stay in touch with you, but I'm not doing criminal law. I'm trying to do accident and injury. Yeah, I guess that's my sister's husband. I got a brother-in-law to do environmental law. Like they do things like, have you ever heard of I could be wrong about this because I ain't an expert in environmental law, but they had things that they call it's something like environmental racism, I believe. Somebody look that term up for me. And if I'm not mistaken, I'm going off memory. Environmental racism is things like this case that they had out of Houston, if I'm not mistaken, where someone, I'm not gonna say who, was dumping trash and garbage, but they wouldn't dump it in middle class areas, black nor white, and they wouldn't dump it. Of course, they wouldn't dump it nowhere with a affluent were, but they were dumping it in what we consider or what we define as the ghetto. And he was explaining to me that that's environmental racism, and some environmental lawyers attack that. Anybody familiar with that? From Lexington? Yeah, I had to go out there from Lexington. I had a younger man. I had a dude that I mentor. He was into different things, and they charged him. He was in a car with two other individuals. I believe it was multiple firearms in the car. I believe that the two other individuals in the car had a license to carry, but they didn't have a license for every gun in the car. Some type of way he got charged with every gun in the car. And they charged him in that county, in the county where they had alleged the weapons came from. Oh, for real? Rita, 1981. I don't want to mispronounce it, but he said that's exactly the definition. I looked it up. Hey, thank you, man. I appreciate that. And I was just going off the top of my head. I was hoping I wasn't making a fool of myself. I was hoping I wasn't making a fool of myself, but sometimes you got to trust in your own. It's almost like boxing. You know, they say sometimes you get your bell rung, boom. But if you've practiced, your eye, you can't see that good, you dizzy. But if you've practiced, you know, you ball straight up, you throw a jab, you throw a jab, you throw a jab, you throw the hook. You don't got to see it. It's gonna land. Now, if it land the way you want, that's different. But I'm just going off the top of my head. But they say that's exactly what it is. I actually wrote a paper about Flint and the environmental racism they are going through for my psych sociology class. Oh, we got some intelligent people in here. I love intelligent people, bro. See, people on Instagram get me misconstrued. They think I'm some type of wild, angry, old, grumpy. Bruh, it's only because I keep interacting with people that's not on intelligence. Everybody in here that said they knew what environmental racism was, which I'm not even an expert. Person said they looked it up. The other dude looked at the definition. Bruh, I get along with intelligent people, bruh. I never get along with ignorant people. So what I ended up doing when I encounter ignorant people, I get ignorant. I can do that. I speak that language. Yeah, you talking about baby K. Nobody died, nobody got hurt. I didn't feel like that. But in Maryland, the laws are different. He's not gonna spend 25 years in prison, I don't believe y'all. That's one of them sentences that's for the public, for politicians. He's not gonna do no 25 years in prison, bro. I bet you that unless he go to prison and he wanna morph into like a jailhouse legend. But like it's some thorough dudes out there. I predict this. I predict baby K gonna go there. They're gonna send him to Patuxent. That's a joint that's like it's not a youth joint, but it's for young offenders. Either he gonna grow and get around some other guys that's older that's gonna school him. Like I got nephews that have been there since 2010. I ain't gonna call him my nephew. He like a nephew. That's not my sister's son, but it's a female that was close to me like a sister, and that's her son. And his father was not around, and I was around. So whatever you want, however you want to say it. Excuse me one second, man. This my man. He locked up, and he asked me to file his 2241, but I don't have all his 2241 information, y'all. All right, hey, I appreciate I appreciate the feedback. I'm gonna try to do a couple of these stories while I'm still in that mode. They need to do away with the Commonwealth state laws. You come here on vacation, leave on probation. That's the motto here. Hold on. Where is that at again? I've been talking to a few people. That's what we call stepfather. Nah. I ain't had no relationship with the girl. Oh, well, technically I did, but I ain't a stepfather. But the relationship was before the child. The relationship was before prison. Slim, you a stand-up dude for helping the brothers out in the joint. Bro, I ain't got no choice. I don't do that. I didn't even say that for the brownie points. I just said it so it wouldn't look like I was being disrespectful. I just said that so it wouldn't look like I was being disrespectful while I was on here. Oh, Virginia, all right, yeah. Virginia, y'all got some hell of a laws, but y'all got some laws that a lot of people don't know that are actually helpful to homeowners and people who protect themselves. How the West was won. Okay, Brown. All right, let me let this one roll, bro. I want to find this magazine that I did this article out. I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna do this thing. My man was talking to me about reverse things, and I wrote an article about it. And the article was kind of good. I'm gonna read the article. I'm gonna just cool out and read the article. Oh, I was in. He said he was in Lexington with Nehemiah and Boo, Gold Chain. Yeah, them real DC dudes right there. Appreciate the love, man. I'll be back though. Let me find this magazine.